Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Yeah.
Let's deal with some complicated parent relationships together. You don't know anything. Don't talk about my friends like they mean nothing. Do you know anything about me? What's my worst fear? What's my favorite documentary series? You would know these things if you had any care for me beyond how good I make you look to our relatives.
You ungrateful child! The whole reason we came to America is so you could live a better life. We made so many sacrifices for you. How dare you say we don't care about you? You've been spoiled rotten. You have an attitude problem. Kids these days. When your dad comes home, we're going to have a long talk about this. Noelle's mom closes the tab. She hovers over her shoulder for a few more minutes to verify that Noelle is doing work.
Don't you have anything better to do? That's right. You don't. Because you have no friends or hobbies and live vicariously through me. That's actually reasonably self-aware. It might not be completely accurate.
Yes.
But there is a level of going, you really are deciding my entire life for your experience.
So as I have told numerous people, your kids are much smarter than you give them credit for. Now, they are far more likely to internalize a lot of the shit going on at home and go, it has something to do with me, it's my fault. But
even
the thing
if it's
is,
not about them.
Yeah, even if it's not about them. But there is definitely, like, you would be shocked as to the things your kids pick up on. Like, I always remember my dad or my mom going, oh my god, wow, you're really perceptive. And I was like, yeah, because I'm fucking paranoid and frightened, and, you know, especially, like, now that I'm an adult, I can kind of say that that's basically what my experience was, and that I was always really hyper-concerned about some things. And then also I'd get really upset and then try to hide a lot, you know, because I didn't want to have to interact with it.
See, and for me, like, I figured out a lot of things, but then, basically, the reality that my parents put forth was those things can't be true.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was faced with either my parents are lying, which is impossible,
Mm-hmm.
or I am wrong. And I, as a kid, decided I was wrong, which has messed up my perception ever since.
And actually, that's a very good point. Like I said, kids are much more likely to put everything on themselves. So they go, I have to be the one that's wrong, not my parents.
They can't
Because your parents are, to most children, they are just God.
Yep.
Like, in that way.
Why would they ever deceive you? If they say things aren't happening and you really think they are, you must be wrong.
Uh-huh.
At least that's the conclusion I came to as a kid.
Yeah.
All right.
Still looking sour, her mom finally leaves. Upset, Noelle curls up in bed angrily, hugging her giant snake plushie.
I am amazed that her mother hasn't taken that away based on the rest of the room.
Me, 12. Open the chat room again. Noelle has entered the chat room.
Oh dear.
Yuck, why did you come back? Are you deciding whether to join or something?
No, I have decided. I'm in. Then I'm yeeting out.
Because I am rebelling now.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Like, I'm full bore rebelling.
Oh no, we're switching again.
Ah, Akarsha.
Look at that. I am so... Okay, I am very charmed that we are getting to see
Dia's
other people's
house.
sides of the story, other parts of the story, and the way they see things.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that, yeah, there was this strong experience of being put off a bit by this game, but I'm getting more and more excited about it as we delve into other sides of things.
Right. It gives more context, basically, for what's going on, and it is allowing, at least me, I won't speak for my friend here, but I think my friend has the same feeling of going that you have more access to the motivations, basically also how these guys could be friends, and basically their experience with emotional trauma, or how they're basically bonding over their shared sort of, or understanding or issues.
Yeah, see, and
even if they are shitty to each other, it makes sense.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean there was anything wrong with the game at all.
No.
It was just something of, this is a type of storytelling and characters that I'm not used to.
And I will still say I'm not quite accessing, like, the violent humor.
Yeah.
Because, again, like, there is that thing of going, well, now Min is actually in trouble, and I still can't balance that out very well, but...
I'm also, again, lying makes me personally really uncomfortable because it has made my reality really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a personal neurodivergent thing that I have, where if your characters lie, I go, but then how can you understand your world?
I think, though, that that's totally fair. So it was really interesting. I was watching, basically, an essay on a director, but they had mentioned that in, one of their stories that they had written, they had decided that basically a character, of course, that they had created going, well, I'm sure we all know somebody who's basically been the perpetual victim and they just keep choosing bad people. I believe basically those bad people should be punished for it because that makes them bad because they're perpetually a victim. You keep finding bad boyfriends, you keep finding bad people.
And it's your fault.
And it's your fault. And
okay.
I'm like, I don't know how to...
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. So I think that's kind of...
Sometimes you run into someone going, I wanted to write this character thing, and you go, I just can't access that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you also go, that's totally not, like...
It's not my way
the
of
fact, though,
it.
that I was going to say that the reason why I brought that up is because for you, especially you desiring honesty, I think somebody would get mad at you, like, based on that person going, well, you a perpetual victim, how fucking dare you just trust people? I'm like, that's how we function in life.
I have been told
need to trust people.
That I am the bad guy or that I am stupid for trusting people.
And I'm like, but that's how we function.
Right?
Being inherently suspicious of each other and going, screw you.
Does not build society.
It does not.
It does not build relationships.
And it also doesn't build trust, and it doesn't build relationships.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here! Hello, Dia, homie? Dia is crawling on her hands and knees in the bushes.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
Got him.
Dia emerges from the brush with a caterpillar in her hands. It's fat and striped. Ew!
Caterpillars are beautiful.
I
And in
love
this
them.
moment, I understand a piece of Dia better because that is me.
Dia turns to face her. Because she's deaf in one ear, when she stands up straight, she actually faces slightly to the right.
Yes, it's confirmed. Thank you.
Oh, that's ba-ba-ba!
They did mention it, but
Yeah,
it was
they did.
offhanded, and now it's like straight out there.
Ah!
I was like, I bet you, based on my knowing a couple of hearing impaired people throughout my life,
Right.
And one of them being an extended family just normal extended family experience. There really is if you don't talk directly to them and know what you're, basically that the person you're speaking to is hearing impaired, you usually aren't accessible. Much like the, girl with the baseball club being like, hey, and I can't make it all out.
Right.
Because if you know you're talking to someone who's hearing impaired and they know basically that you're speaking directly to them, you'll usually get their attention completely. Make sure that you have their eyes, on your mouth and your face, and you speak clearly and you don't look away the whole time.
Yeah.
So that they have like the lip reading cues as well as what sound they can pick up, and that they can focus and you can be present.
Right.
And I'm like, so for the person in my family who also does in sign language interpretation, which is super cool, I say but it's like if you just try and offhandedly talk to her, it does not work well at all. And for the other couple of hearing impaired people, that's the sort of thing. And it can come off as either them looking really like stern or distant, or like they're ignoring you, or really like they're just crazy fucking shy. And I was like, that's my own personal experience anyways.
That though, I like having the actual confirmation here though, and it's interesting though that it comes with Akarsha because so that sounds a little bit like me. Usually when I'm interacting basically with people or objects or things that I need to interact with, I will literally repeat to myself basically things that I know about them or things that I need to keep in mind about them.
Remember this friend is like this, or this person is like this, or this thing, causes this. Yeah, I like that it was built softly and then it's confirmed here.
Yeah. Actually, face it slightly to the right.
Don't be rude. We should give him a name. Hi.
Yowie Kurashiki! Yoite Miles Tails Edgeworth. Oh my god.
Okay, so this is Akarsha choosing. So
this is Akarsha.
It would be Yaoi Kurashiki.
I mean, it seems like she'd also pick Miles Edgeworth, Tails Edgeworth.
I
don't know what
either one
is.
I kind of want to look up Yoite and see if it
I
actually
feel like
means
they're all memes though, basically from
anime.
Yeah.
Or anime related.
Uh-huh.
Anime adjacent
things.
Alright, so it's
YOIT. Because I know the other two. Unfortunately, my friend has no damn idea about.
Hang on. Yoite is a character.
Oh. Oh god, I thought you sounded familiar.
So the first thing that came up...
Nabaru no. Oh, yeah, I forgot about it.
And when I typed in Yoite, it tried to autocomplete to, go back to Yoite and another character. Okay, just touch that. Yeah, and Miharu. Yes.
Oh no!
So that's what the internet wanted to give us.
Oh man!
Anyway, so yeah, total anime references. So Miles Tales, I don't know, Yaoi Kurashiki might be too much for you. I thought it was gross a second ago, so we'll call it, Miles Tales Edgeworth, maybe?
Sure.
Like Smim Pajab?
Yeah, right. Smim Pajab Simulator.
Yes.
Miles Tales Edgeworth.
What kind of name is that?
It's a character from the Ace Attorney games.
Oh my god.
It's hella gay. You should play it. It's actually really camp, and I do really want us to play it on our channel.
Honestly, I would love to play it. I think it's on our wish list.
It is actually on our wish list.
Woo!
We do actually have it, because I'm super interested in the series.
So eventually we'll get there, because, visual novels are totally our bag.
They totally are! It's hella gay. You should play it.
You say that like I'd be interested just because it's gay.
Yes. You're not? Good gay stuff is hard to come by.
Sometimes gay stuff at all is hard to come by.
Yes, actually.
Let alone good gay.
Dia scrutinizes Miles Tales Edgeworth as he inches across her palm.
Chubby and stripy and cute. You're so invested in these kinds of things. Video games and stuff.
They're a form of escapism. I need obsessions to distract me from the crushing emptiness and hopelessness of life.
Okay, that is probably 100% true based on her entire behavior and the whole outspoken, outlandish way she behaves. Mm-hmm. That is how I pegged her immediately.
Yep, we were right.
Yes!
Mm-hmm.
Reading the author correctly.
Yes.
Points.
Just kidding!
But I bet you're not.
Dia scoops the caterpillar into her other hand.
Did you hear the news? Obama won. Yes, we can.
Yeah, but they outlawed gay marriage?
They did?
Prop 8 passed. I thought we were better than that!
You shouldn't be surprised. There were a lot of yellow-wearing guys. I saw protesters, so they would probably win. Honestly, yeah. That makes sense sometimes.
I remember when Proposition 8 passed.
I was sad.
I was disappointed.
Only because I am pro-human rights. So, it doesn't even matter to me it's gay
only because
or not gay. What I am is, I at the time, it was it wasn't a piece of my life going, oh no rights for the gays, which that's more important to me now in a specific way. Mm-hmm. But back then it was just that's less human rights, why would we do that?
Right. Okay, so you're at the time, especially because I think you said you didn't really have any access to your own, basically, queer inclination, did you?
Nope.
Alright, yeah, that's fair.
It was totally there, but I didn't have any awareness of it in a conscious way. Mm-hmm. Behaviorally, there was, every indicator, and had been since I was quite young. Mm-hmm. I still love one of my friends being okay, we were, best friends, and forever you were not interested in anyone, not interested in anyone, not interested in anyone. And then finally you get a crush on a guy, and he is the most, beautifully femme androgynous guy I've ever seen in my life. And I'm
whoops.
Hey, he was Anyway, alright. I don't even have to ask my parents what they voted. I know.
But the thing is, it used to be legal. We used to be better.
It is always a bad sign when you get less human rights in the future.
It is. I think the big
more
thing
human rights
that kills me is we're still doing this. We're all in the year of our Lord 2021, we are still doing this shit.
We're still fighting for really, really
just
basic rights of
liberation and expression and body choice and everything else. And
oh my god, it is a fight in so many places. Okay, so I'm gonna segue real quick. I know there's been a lot of talking in this episode, but hang with me for just a second, because I think my friend will find this interesting too. So one of the things I've been running into a lot online, and this is in reference to just basically human and body rights, okay? Mm-hmm. Is tons and tons and tons of progressive period products. Like, period boxers, period panties, really, really convenient, reusable, good for the environment, lasts you all day, kills odor, collects blood kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
We've had period blood in this game, we're okay.
Yep.
Right? And the thing is going, that's all really cool that there's better and better products for it. What sucks is that it's really, really hard for most people who menstruate to get access to not having to menstruate if they don't want to. Because period products are great, but most people don't need to mense because they're not trying to get pregnant. Which, scientifically, is the only reason to do so unless you have, like, a medical condition that is supported by going through that process. Like, some forms of endometriosis can actually be helped by having intermittent period cycles and things like that, or other types of hormonal conditions, by having that full cycle of, like, buildup and stuff. But a lot of them, like, you just don't need your period for anything other than getting ready to be pregnant. And so, like, there are, even the pill birth control, which is for a lot of people very uninvasive and fairly simple, is just not available in a no period kind of way without a huge fucking fuss.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating because, like, you shouldn't have to have that. You should just be able to choose.
Yeah.
Anyway, alright.
We used to be better.
So thank you for joining me for that segue.
It's not just that the world sucks and it's getting worse.
Obama, though.
God, that was so indicative. Okay, so I remember, actually at the time, everybody was like, yeah, but Obama will fix it. And I'm like...
But, like, we're successful and we're so progressive because black president, though. Like,
and there was also, like, some of the other things that he talked about in regards to his I was so frustrating, motherfucker.
And people could just be like, yeah, well, we might have had plenty of steps in the backwards direction, but this one has to be forward because it's never happened before. Yeah. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Miles Dale's Edgeworth is crawling up Dia's arm now.
Or at least Dia's hoodie's arm.
Gross.
That's so shallow. He has a good heart.
Don't yellow and black stripes usually normally mean it's poisonous?
I'm like, only in snakes. I want to say only in snakes, because I know that one. Caterpillars are only poisonous if you eat them.
It's actually true. So there are some things where you go, as long as you don't basically squish, bite into, or, have...
Or any of them that have barbs get stabbed by them.
Get stabbed by them.
You're good.
You're basically fine.
Yeah, none of them have poisonous footies.
Yeah, they don't.
None of them. They're all caterpillars in the world are fine to let walk with their soft little squishy feet on your body.
Except for the ones that poke. Which, if they're actually going to poke, then they'll probably poke pretty hard.
Do some of them have pokey feet?
I think... No, not pokey feet. I'm talking about, like... So in order to actually, like, pick them up...
Well, that's why I said just walk with their feet on you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So very specific. Just walking with their feet on you.
Yep.
Making their way downtown. Soft little feet, caterpillars. Okay, so this is really interesting, because, I mean, I get that Dia's super thrilled because of Caterpillar. But also, this is the way Akarsha perceives Dia, and we haven't really seen Dia super annoyed to the levels that she is in her own head.
Yeah, that's true.
And I appreciate that Akarsha's not picking up on it so much, because that would be a lot to push through.
Yeah.
If you eat them. Not dangerous if you're nice.
Dia carefully returns the caterpillar to a tree branch.
Me also.
Ready to go? Dia nods.
Akarsha?
Yeah?
I also bet very much, even though Akarsha doesn't mention it, that you walk on Dia's good side.
Probably, yeah.
Because that is a polite and thoughtful thing to do. Never mind.
What the...
Huh?
Hey, what the... Hey, we went ahead and got changed. It feels like we're a real team now. We're in the same uniform. We still got some time to kill before the meeting starts.
I'm like, one...
Oh, talk to Dia, talk to Min, talk to Noelle.
This feels like the like Dungeons and Lesbians.
Yes, it does.
I was like, I wonder what the uniforms cost. Just me. Club dues, like, the prohibitive thing to keeping me out of clubs my entire life was just the freaking dues.
Yeah.
Nothing else. And going, but how much are they? And sometimes even like $10 for the entire like session was way too much. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like
I think we'd harass Noelle.
I think we would. The second we see Noelle, usually Akarsha talks to Noelle.
Yep, let's go talk to Noelle.
Oh no!
So cute!
I love that.
Noelle is solving a professor's cube. Unlike a regular Rubik's cube, it's a 5x5x5 instead of 3x3x3.
Yep.
Dia's face lights up when she spots it.
Oh, look at you in your little uniform. Ah, you're adorable. Can we hide the interface?
No, we cannot. We never figured out how to do that.
It's true. I'm also just like, Dia, you forgive. You have more titty than I expected.
Based on what I can tell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, actually.
Like, I'm not offended at all. I was just like, oh. Also, like, definite linebacker build. Narrow at the hips, real broad at the shoulders and chest.
Right?
Yes! Kick some ass. I solved one side for you already. Took me 2 hours.
Dia proudly points to the cube. Indeed, one face is solid red.
I see.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't help at all.
For some people, it depends on the algorithm they use,
Mm-hmm.
that it can help. I would say other people, they do it in, like, sections related to the other sides. Like, I know the theory of how it works. My brain just can't keep track of all the separate things comfortably, so that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it depends on how Noelle's solving techniques works. I actually have a friend who can solve Rubik's Cubes relatively regularly, frequently, easily. I don't know, he's not like one of those people who can do it in, like, 20 seconds or whatever.
The funny thing is, though, too, is that people talk about going, like, once you basically have the algorithm down, there's not really much to it. It never really changes. Even if somebody goes out wildly, flip it around, it's like,
really
it's the
just
same thing.
Memorizing how the squares relate to each other based on where the stickers are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Sure enough, Noelle completely obliterates Dia's work in order to solve the cube correctly. Wow, you make it look easy.
Did I help? Of course. I appreciate it.
Alright, so we've talked to... Do we talk then? I guess
now we
just
talk to Min, because we have to
Yes.
harass every new person in the room.
Min has a textbook in her lap.
Oh,
She's flipping it to a chapter review page.
Hey, Jan, you look super cute.
They look so good, though.
They do. They look really good. I love the sideways cap. It's amazing.
So good. Alright, are you doing your homework? That's weirdly studious of you. I told my parents I joined a tutoring club. Oh, LOL.
Funny. So did I.
What? What do you need tutoring for?
I told them I was the tutor.
That's perfect! You can tutor Min then! Match made in heaven. Match made in hell? I don't want her help!
Also, it's a baseball club and we're lying. What are you talking about?
As she says it, though, she's staring down at a page with a desolate expression.
Aww.
I think the problem is that Min would actually have to prove, though, what work she's actually done.
Well,
so I imagine that's where she's like, shit, I actually have to come up with something.
That I worked on or thought about or that we focused on.
And you're going, and I don't care, motherfucker.
And going, the only way I'm allowed to do this is if I lie, which of course we knew.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I have a lot more sympathy in a way that I can't explain for kids lying to their parents to have autonomy than I do for, like, people just lying to each other to cover things, to cover up, like, setting leaves on fire and stuff like that.
I mean, the big thing is that, like, I totally feel that it was really interesting, actually. There was a recent Tumblr post that I ran across where it actually discussed basically also what happens when also a concept that we actually read about in a book that we were listening to together. Mm-hmm. That one that was involving where all the people who were involved in, like, General Motors or whatever it was were afraid to raise their hands and go, we have a problem.
Oh, it was the power of habit. Yeah,
it was about the power of habit, where they were discussing, and even in this post they were basically discussing the fear of being wrong. So what the kids all did, so they misunderstood basically what the point of the project was, and they all figured that they all basically must have done something wrong, so they all lied. And the teacher got so fucking pissed that she tried to apparently fail all of them, and of course she couldn't, because at that point they were like, basically, it's actually on the teacher.
If it's 100% misunderstanding, it's teacher error.
Yeah, it's teacher error. But it was that thing of going, in capitalism, which is what happened in the General Motors situation in The Power of Habit, was that everybody was so fucking afraid of being the first one to say something was wrong. They were literally afraid they would all just lose their jobs rather than getting rewarded and taking care of people and taking care of their customers and taking care of their product.
And their company.
They just wanted to look good. So everybody just kept repeatedly avoiding basically what the issues were and wouldn't report on shit. And it's been such a problem in society because people have gone like, this is what capitalism drives. Especially in school, where kids don't know exactly what's going on, you don't have trust, you're just trying to pass.
Well, I was gonna say, if if you respond to honesty that is basically a disappointing message or a really like I'd shoot the messenger kind of response.
Yes.
Then you're going to get less honesty because it's not safe to be honest.
Of course it's not.
So one of the responsibilities that I feel as an adult, if you work with other people, and I'm not saying just kids, I'm just saying people, because like I said, I've been in leadership and management before, is to make it safe for them to tell you bad news. Otherwise, they're going to start hiding bad news because they want to be safe.
Yes.
Like, our instincts are to be safe. I know why people lie. I know, in general, why people lie. Not the ones of just, wow, you trusted me, ha ha ha. But in reference to, like, trying to be safe. It just frustrates me that an environment can't be made where they're safe. Where they are not even safe, but comfortable. So I make a distinction between safe being there's something that could be a danger to you, but it's not going to be able to get you. And comfortable, there is no danger.
Right.
I want there to be environments where you're comfortable, and that's what I strive for with like friends and people that know me, etc.
Yeah, that was actually even a thing that I ran into though when at the place that you and I worked at, where I've talked about this story before. I've talked about it for a while, but we were literally in basically like a safety meeting, and our boss beforehand had been like, "Don't say anything, just sit there, and we'll all get through this," kind of thing.
Right, and don't tell anything that's wrong.
Yeah, just be quiet. Let's just get through this. And I decided not to, and my boss never really invited me back again.
Also, the first time that I went, and the thing was I rose up in the ranks, so I had to be invited back later.
Right.
But the first time I went to a safety meeting, he also didn't prep me.
Yeah.
Like, and so when their big safety guy was in there, before they had the giant safety program, when we were in the small building,
Right.
I mentioned a problem with hand safety without really thinking about it at all, because it was just something I'd been exposed to. I was, still like in my first 5-6 months at there, so I was a relatively new employee. And the person was like, "What the hell?" And I actually launched an entire safety program unlike anything they'd ever had before because of what I said and who I said it in front of, which no one had ever done before. And it was really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How's that? Math should just die.
Why? It's a discipline full of beautiful and complex patterns. There's absolutely nothing inherently bad or oppressive about it, yet people treat it like it's evil and malicious.
That's largely because of the people who teach it or insist that you need to learn it within a set period of time.
Or who describe it as the only value you have.
Hey!
Like, my dad is very much like, if you can math, you are the intelligent.
Yeah.
And if you cannot, you're not.
Yeah.
And he still does the... Like, so it took me a long time to figure out that my dad has a ton of double standards, which have contributed to my self-esteem throughout my life, or at least through my young life especially, where he would constantly, anyone who couldn't do math, he would shit on them really aggressively hard, but when I couldn't do it and I broke down and was a mess about it, he would tell it was okay for me, but it didn't change his core value. So I knew, while he wanted to support me, he still couldn't value me as being successful or a smart person until I knew.
Yeah.
Malicious. A lot of pure math lacks any kind of practical application and merely exists for the sake of stimulating people's minds and pushing the limits of the medium as far as is possible. It's much like a form of art.
Can't relate. Shut the fuck up.
I love how many cuss words are in here.
Dude, let me see it. I'll help you. Problem 1. Bill can paint a house in 5 hours, and Mary can paint a house in 3 hours. How long will it take for them to paint a house together? 8 hours. 5 plus 3 is 8.
It's a division problem. Oh, everyone.
Are you gonna be okay at the school?
Oh, God. And then you're gonna talk to Dia, because Dia's your favorite person.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Dia is on the bench, resting her head on Min's shoulder. She's showing Min a picture of a seagull on her cell phone. One side of the photo is a blurry brown from Dia's thumb, partially obscuring the camera lens.
Oh, no. Look how close I got to this seagull.
That's pretty close!
I love Dia's parodies.
Oh, it didn't
let us out. Okay.
Pestering then, maybe? Try Noelle.
So I'll say back to Noelle.
Noelle peels a banana and takes a bite out of it. What the hell are you doing? Aren't you taking the banana sticker off?
Why would I? It comes off with a peel anyway. Taking the sticker off first would be completely pointless.
So, you just eat it with the sticker still on?
Okay, so this is actually an argument that I've seen and heard in real life before.
Oh no.
What? Why?
She eats the whole banana.
What?
She eats the whole banana.
No.
This is where this is going. Min eats the whole, including the peel.
Really?
Banana, yes.
I've never seen that before.
I betcha!
Okay, I don't know that one, but I was gonna say, I do know there are people, you must remove the fruit sticker, and there are people who I don't care. Like, even with oranges of going, you just peel it, it comes off with the peel, and other people going, fucking no, you must take the sticker off beforehand.
No, I know, but I betcha this is Min eats the whole fucking thing.
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out!
Yes, it doesn't have any effect on the inside of the banana.
The fuck's wrong with you? You're not human!
How am I not human?
Oh, we've exhausted. Oh, they're exhausted.
You have to because you're a pesterer, and because you're like hello, you have to talk to everyone and exhaust all of them.
Would you kiss a girl for $1 million? I guess. I don't have that kind of money though.
Oh no, it's that joke. I'm so sorry.
Oh, honey.
Oh no.
What? No, I'm saying you get paid. Huh? Never mind.
Dr. Dia. Oh my god. Okay, but I have heard that joke a few times. And I'm like, I don't know if I should be like surprised that it's in here or not. I'm just like
Also though, we've run into that twice with men, remember?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, no, I'll just pay you. No, then you would win, men. What?
No, then you would just win. If you saw me, then that would be, you wouldn't pay me because that would be you winning.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't. It's cute.
Life is so hard. Any words of wisdom, Dia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll have to find out in the next one!
I was just say the entire words of wisdom.
So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. It actually helps out a lot in regards to the YouTube algorithm. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon and our Twitch. We have some links in the description down below. We'd love to see you at any of those locations. And I have been Scandal.
And I'm suddenly just way more excited about this game as I get more access to it. And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!